Awesome. All right, guys, thanks for hopping on. I'm really excited for tonight's call and tonight's speaker. She is my best friend in the business and in life. She's helped me through so much, and especially last year, she really was my help and my push to go for elite and to keep just my focus on the tasks that I needed to do. She is my personal development accountability partner. It's her strong suit, and she's always really good at making sure that that's what I'm focusing my business on. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear her story on her coaching journey, and then as well as sharing tips on how to be persistent in the seasons where things are slow or it's just a really tough season for you, because we all go through those. I'm going through one myself, so I'm really excited to hear her words of wisdom. And I also just wanted to share, like at the end, I'm going to share some stuff with you guys. Or maybe if we run out of time, I'll do it live tomorrow. But it kind of goes with this, that our pastor talked about weathering the storm and just, knowing that the good things come through the storm. So it'll kind of tie into what Leanne is talking about with us tonight. So she is a Star Diamond coach on Meg's team. She's been a full-time coach for, is it 3 years, Leanne? Two?
2.5.
2.5. She has a 5-year-old little girl, Faith, who is the cutest little thing ever. She looks just like Leanne. But she is a Spitfire, and she does her business full-time. And she has had one heck of a year and just pushing for goals. And she rocked her business in, was it August? With 19 points. With 19 Success Club points. She works her business, she works her husband's business, and she really just kills it, and she just does her best. So Leanne, have it. It's all on you. I need to go grab Hayden a bit. So I'm going to peace out for a second, but Leanne, it's all on you, girl.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me, you guys. You know, it's funny, we share kind of sorry, I got to get comfy now. We share all the keys and the happy points of our business, and it has not all been a happy-go-lucky, wonderful journey. So I started as a discount coach. I had no intention of ever working this business. I am an accountant. I have my CPA license. I have my master's in business, and my focus was a corner office executive, office in a small to mid-sized company. And that was my focus. I fell in love with Shakeology and the programs. My husband and I both had awesome results. And at the time I was about to sign up, I wanted the Ultimate Reset. We were drinking 2 bags of Shakeology a month, and I wanted Turbo Kick or Turbo Fire. So I signed just as a discount coach, just to get to get that at a discount. I paid the $40. And Meg was like, well, you could buy. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll sign up for everything later. So, Meg got me on a call, and she kind of just said, like, this is what you have to do. And I was like, okay. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, again, in my mind, I was just doing this for the discount. But I also knew that just the accountability side of things was, super helpful for me. And so I wanted to branch out and help other people as well. So when I started working this, again, discount, maybe running a few free groups every month. And then Meg went to leadership, and she came home from leadership all fired up with all these ideas for trainings. And she was going to be running 2 trainings. Well, her and her team would be running 2 trainings. Meg would be taking the lead in a Push to Diamond group, and somebody else was taking the lead for a Push to Emerald group. And I was very angry. And I was, Meg's personally sponsored coach. I wasn't like super angry, but I was Meg's personally sponsored coach, but I wanted to work with Meg. I'm like, that is really cool what she's done with this business. I wanted to work with her. But I didn't qualify to work with her for that point in time. So I just kind of did it. I hit Emerald within the first week of October of 2012. I hit Success Club, and I just kind of started saying, okay, this is my minimum that I'm going to do. I signed 2 coaches, and now, I helped 3 people at that point in time. I had hit Success Club. So I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to help maybe 4 people next month and sign some more coaches. So Meg in January of 2013 sent me a message and said, hey, I see a lot of potential in you and would love for you to do a diamond group with us. And I loved that. I was like, oh my gosh, somebody is seeing potential in me. And so I pushed with a group of people and I hit diamond like April 2nd. And then I was like, okay, so what's next? What's next in this business? And then I, got my husband to diamond, and I have stalled at 1-star diamond. I have fallen off track. Success Club 5 has always been my minimum. So I am a Success Club 5 legend. I've actually done it. I think it's been 36 months. So 3 years now, hit Success Club 5, but that was kind of my minimum. And hold on, let me get to I have notes here. So I, have so I quit my full-time job. The minute I quit my full-time job, I'm like, this is my full-time job. Now I need to help my coaches do this. And you know what? I'm going to, share this tip with you later, but you can't control what other people do. You always have to be focusing on your business. And I had lost focus of that, which is why I had struggled for so long. And I'm going to share a few things that have helped me overcome this and get back on track. So the first one is it really your slow season, or did you give up on yourself? Because so many times we're like, oh no, nobody's buying. Nobody's interested in joining a challenge group. Like August, to hit Success Club 19 in August, in a time when everybody has like back to school stuff, and they're like, oh no, I'm too busy. Like that is unheard of. And I'll share this kind of in a future tip, but I was just doing the basics all summer long. I was home with my daughter and just showing up, and that's what led to Success Club 19. But I want you to be honest with yourself. If you're sitting there and you're like talking to Brittany, or, Brittany's not your upline, or you're talking to somebody else and you're like, I can't do this. We're just slowing down. It's hard right now. Are you really working your business? Are you really doing those vital behaviors that you need to do to grow it? Or are you giving yourself an excuse? Like Meg will say it all the time, like, this is a really hard month. And I'm like, la, 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 la. Like, I don't want to hear it. No, every month is not hard. It's just what we put into it. We all might be going through a season or whatever, but I really want you to say, if you're, on this call and you're like, I'm hopping on the calls, Brittany, but I'm not sure I can do this. This is a really rough time right now. Is it really a rough time? Or are you letting yourself off the hook and saying, well, I haven't really been doing anything? So I want you to self-evaluate and just be honest about the actions. I get on with my, a weekly accountability call with my team, and they're like, I'm not hitting Success Club 5 in the month. And I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about how many people are you inviting? And they're inviting like 3 people a week. Well, laws of average, we know 1 in 10 will actually buy. Hopefully the goal is, to increase that from your invites. But if you're not even inviting 10, how in the world are you going to get to 3 people buying? So be honest with the actions that you're taking to get there. So my next tip is, what were your big dreams? And, Brittany and I share our faith and our strong faith in God. And I believe that God would not give you the ability to dream this super grand dream if you did not have it in you to achieve it. So are you sitting there and saying, oh, that would be awesome. 15-star would be awesome. But I like my full-time job. Like, that's cool too. And, this really isn't happening right now. So maybe it won't happen later on. Brittany knows I am like crazy when it comes to goals. Like, I shoot off the charts. I'm like, yeah, I could hit 15-star by the end of the year. I have no diamond coaches right now, but why not? Why couldn't I? And that's what you have to think on. You have to stay focused on where you want to go and enjoy the journey on your way there. Okay, just enjoy it. Be excited for each new coach that joins, for each new challenger that joins, for each new relationship that's built. You know, I'm running a crackpot group starting tomorrow, and I'm so excited about all these people I get to be friends with now, that I get to build a relationship with now. And they didn't buy anything. You know, enjoy the journey, but just stay focused where you're going. You're not sure, you know, the twists and turns that you're going to take to get there, but I am confident that if you stay focused on that goal, you will get there. And, you know, do your affirmations, do visualizations. I've been struggling to get back into my miracle morning, but I take the time, you know, to think about that and think about where I'm going. And so when you're in that season, if you are in a legitimate, like, down season, you just have to you have to just stay focused on where you want to go, in order to get there, and you will eventually get there. This, you know, the third tip is the one that has really helped me, and, you know, Brittany touched on it. I'm the personal development guru, but you have to do the basics. Okay. Looking back, one of the things I've struggled with my business is I invest way too much time and energy and resources into personal development. I am like a career learner. I love to learn. And so when I was looking at my time, of what I had available to work my business, I didn't want to do my power hour. I didn't want to do my tracker. So I wasn't adding, I was adding through, you know, likes on my page, which great, but we know that half of those people click like, and then you never hear from them again. I wasn't messaging. I wasn't building relationships. I definitely was not inviting to challenge groups, and I wasn't inviting to coaching opportunity. So when the summer came, I had to say, okay, Faith is going to be home all summer long. Yes, we have some summer camps, but what must I do every single day within the small amount of time that I have? Because let's be honest, if you have kids, by the end of the day, you can be like, oh yeah, I can totally do it at the end of the day. And then you're exhausted, especially in the summer. We spent half the summer at the pool. So every morning I would wake up, I would do my workout, I would post my workout, you know, selfie, though Amanda said, don't do that. I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. And I would do my power hour, and my daughter would sit there and she'd be like, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet? And I'd be like, give me a minute. And I learned a lot. So I was always great at posting in my challenge groups, and I knew that would happen. But I knew my power hour wouldn't, and I don't even like to call it a power hour because I do it in less than an hour. And I also want you to think really quickly, it's not about the amount of time that you have, it's about the actions that you're taking during that time. So I knew before, like, I would go work out, I would come up and I'd sit right down. Faith would watch a show for a few minutes. She was, you know, she had been downstairs working out with me. I'd sit right here at my kitchen table and I'd get my tracker out. And I'd be like, I have to add 5 people. And so I'd go through and I'd add 5. I have to message 5 people. Okay, I'd go through and do that. And then I have to invite them. Okay, I better go do that. And I would do that as fast as possible without even thinking. And then I would post in my challenge groups, because I learned really quickly, if I post in my challenge groups, that for whatever was some signal to me that I was done working. So I switched it. So I did my workout so that I was fresh, did my tracker, and then I posted in my challenge groups, and then I was done for the day. You know, I worried about messaging later on. And that, I am confident, has led to me hitting Success Club 19 in August, and then 10 in September. And even September, I took my foot off the pedal. And I'll share this tip too, you know, in a few minutes. But you can do it. You just have to put in the effort. And it's that tracker. You don't necessarily need an hour. I would challenge each of you to time yourself and see really how long does it take. And a little bonus tip that I've been doing with my team that they're really liking and I'm really liking, Wednesday night, I sit down and I go through my trackers and I go through my follow-ups and the old trackers, and I say, which 35 people am I going to invite this week? So now I've taken all of the guesswork out, all of the ability to second guess myself. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to invite that person, or get nervous. Or how many of you, you're like, oh, I need to invite that person. And then later on, you're like, who was I supposed to invite again? I totally forget. So I write down all 35 names on Wednesday night when there's no pressure, because I'm not messaging anybody at that point in time. I'm just writing down names. And then Thursday morning, I wake up and I pretty much send the same message. Now, these are all people that I've already been talking to and engaging in relationships with. So I don't have to worry about like feeling like I'm selling them anything. You know, they've clicked the like on some posts and we've been talking and stuff like that. That's why I went through the tracker. So I know I've got my people. One little tidbit that's helped my team as well, and I'm sure it will help you guys as well. Don't compare your time and your goals and your results to Brittany's or to mine. So I told my team, I'm doing 5 people. This is my full-time job. I want to be a 7-figure earner. I need to be inviting more than 5 people. But that's where I'm at in my season of life. If you are a new mom or whatever, and you're just not ready at this point in time to do that, then just invite 1 or 2 every single day. You know, write down 15 names of people that you're going to invite this week. Because on average, if you invite 15 people this week, at least one of them are going to turn into a challenge pack sale for you. And then you do it the next week. And then that's how you hit Success Club. I've been doing this for 36 months. Yeah, I've had some months where it was rough and I was like begging, pleading anybody. But 36 months, I've at least helped at least 3 people. And the majority of that time, I'm Success Club 10 or higher. So, you know, just know, like, set your goals or set, you know, your requirements to match your goals. And if you need help with that, you know, shoot me a message, ask Brittany, ask, you know, any of the other leaders on your team. Okay, if my goal is this, how many people should I be adding? Should I be messaging? Should I be inviting? And stay focused on those behaviors. And I think especially when you're having a rough time in life and you're struggling, to just say, I only need like 30 minutes. I only need 30 minutes to do this. And you just do it and you move on with your day. And I will tell you, your confidence will increase tenfold because you took action. Your confidence is not going to come from necessarily the results. It's going to come from you taking action every single day. And you're going to be like, I am a business owner. I am rocking this business. And this is how I'm growing. You know, I'm just doing these things. And people are going to be like, you must be spending a ton of time. And you're like, no, I'm spending like a half hour, an hour. But you do it first thing and you get it over with. So the 4th tip, which was something that was very hard for me to comprehend, and it's taken me a long time to understand, is that you are in control of your business. Okay. So I know some of you, as you kind of grow, like you'll be like, well, I lost my diamond because so-and-so lost their emerald because their coach wasn't, you know, doing it. As you grow in this business and you're like, Brittany, now I'm not 5-star because everybody let it go. You know, oh, I didn't hit Success Club because so-and-so didn't complete their order in time. You have 100% control of your business. And the faster you accept that and you know, just take action on it, the faster you will grow your business. This is where I failed. I almost wanted to make this call like Leanne's 5 tips of failing in her business. So learn from me so that you don't make the same mistakes. You can't control those people, you know, and I know one lesson that, you know, people shared from Platinum Edge was you just need to keep rebuilding your team. The people who got you to Diamond are not going to be the people who get you to 5-star. And that was one of my failures. I was like, okay, I'm Diamond now. I have 8 coaches. 2 of you are Emerald. Let's go, Emerald coaches. Let's hit Diamond. And they're like, I don't want to work this. And so I poured all of my energy and all of my love and all of my resources into those 8 people. And I stopped expanding because I'm like, if I can't help these 8, how am I going to help more people? No, they're not all going to do the same thing. And I want you to look around and see. There are probably people that were on this call last year at this time that are not on this call this year. Facebook memories is one of the hardest things for me when it comes to like seeing shout outs. And you're like, what happened to that person? They had so much potential and then they left. You can't control those people. All you can control is your actions. So you want to keep growing your business? I'm going to challenge you. If you're like a business go-getter, I want to hit 15 star, I want to hit elite, I'm going to challenge you, go diamond every single month. And what I mean by that is sign 8 coaches, help 2 more coaches get to emerald. If you do that, you're not worrying about dropping rank. And I can tell you that because I've dropped rank. Last Wednesday, I'm texting Brittany going, I'm back to diamond because I lost my emeralds. Okay. So just keep doing that. And then, you know, those challengers, I'll have it with my coaches all the time. They'll be like, yeah, Leanne, I'm going to hit Success Club. So-and-so is going to order on this day. And so-and-so is going to order on this day. And so-and-so is going to order on this day. So they take a step back. They're like, I'm not going to invite anybody else because I need to invite people now for November to hit Success Club. And then we're sitting there on the last day of the month and they're like, they all backed out on me. You keep inviting. Don't worry about next month. I promise you, God will provide next month. I sat there on August like, I don't want to hit 19 right now. I want to make sure I hit it next month too. And I hit it. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm changing my mentality. I know there are billions of people out there that need our help, and I'm going to find them. So I am just going to keep on inviting and come on in. I don't care that it's August 31st. Come in and buy. I'll worry about September and September, you know, and I'll worry about October and October. And I also keep track. Sorry, one second. If I have somebody that like my cousin's wife, we were talking, it was just never the right time, never the right time. She's like, you know what? I know me. I know my personality right now. And she is super fit. Like this is kind of just a bonus thing for her. And she is interested in trying Shakeology, but just not ready quite yet to make that splurge. And she's like, I know me. I know I'm not going to give it 110%, but I so want to join in January. So I write her name down to follow up in December. But I keep building that relationship and I keep talking with her so I don't sound salesy, but I write it down. So all of a sudden December comes or January comes and I have a list of people that were like, yeah, I'm buying. So then I follow up with them at the beginning and I hit it then, but then I keep following up. So never assume. We all know the little, when you assume, you make up out of you and me. So don't do that. Don't assume that people, because then somebody's going to return something and you're going to be like, I was at Success Club and I didn't think that return was going to come in. Do you know I actually should be a Success Club 5 for 48 months? I had one person in May of 2013. I was hit Success Club 6. It was I call it a rough month because I wasn't doing my stuff. And she purchased this, one of my like coach people that signed with the challenge pack returned the entire thing on May 31st, but it never showed up in my back office until like June 2nd. There's nothing you can do at that point in time. So you just keep going. Don't, if you want Success Club 5, then you better hit Success Club 7. If you want Success Club 10, then you better hit 12 or 14. You just keep going so that you're not like, man, I didn't know that was going to happen. We have no way of knowing, so just give it your all. Don't hedge it. Just keep pushing and live every day like this is my last day and I'm giving my business all I can possibly give. And this is my last tip. Show up every day and celebrate that you showed up, not just the results, okay? Because I promise you the results will come. I was like in January, I'm going to do this. I can do this. And I was struggling to hit Success Club 5. And then February, nope, I'm getting better. And I was struggling to hit Success Club 5. March was like my low point. And usually March is a super strong month for me. I am sitting there like calling my sister, can you buy a challenge pack, please? Because I was not hitting it. And I kind of drew the line in the sand and I said, something has to change. And so April, I was doing my trackers. And then May, I was doing my trackers. And it was growing a little bit. And I was still afraid of inviting at that point in time. So all I was focusing on was messaging and adding. And then May came and I did that again. And then June came and I did that again. And I started doing some inviting. In July, I started doing more inviting. And I came back from Summit and I'm like, I have to be inviting this many people, 5 people every single day. And that's what led to it. So, but I built up that confidence, and Brittany saw it in me and other coaches saw it in me. Like if you go to my, personal page, it's under Leanne Patterson Meiser, and Meg says it all the time when she's giving me a shout out. Like, I have not seen this fire in you since you first started. And it's because I'm having fun with it. I'm celebrating that I feel like a business owner because I'm doing these tasks. I don't even look half the time at what my paycheck is anymore on Thursdays. And I mean, we're not like rolling in the dough right now that I don't need the income. But my focus is how many people did I invite? How many people joined, and being excited about them. So, my quick tips, I really don't like the new iOS update. I'll just say that. Every time I click to see my notes, it's goes to the other thing. So just, really quick is ask yourself, is this really a slow season, or am I giving myself that excuse? Focus on your goals and dream big. I'm going to challenge you. If you have a goal to, end the year at Diamond, and the year 2-star. Why go for, if you're going to go for Diamond, you're only going to go for Diamond. You're not going to push beyond it. And you're going to be sitting there end of December going, oh, I think I could still hit Diamond. No, you could hit Diamond this month. And then you can, help one person, do it in November, one person hit it in December. Nothing will happen if you do not hit those goals, but you never know what could happen if you do push for them. Focus on the basics. Don't I meant to say this, and excuse me if I did say this, but at the beginning I'd be like, this is the amount of time I have in my day. How many trainings can I get done? Because I liked that. And that's where I needed Brittany. Brittany needed me to push her on personal development, and I needed her to push me on doing my power hours. So, look at your time and say, minimum, I have to get in my power hour. And then, focus on what you are in control of for your business. And don't ever say, I lost my rank because so-and-so didn't do something. That's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to keep building new leaders and to keep adding people and keep growing people. And then just show up every day and celebrate just the action of showing up. None of you, I know Brittany too well, and I know who she attracts. Not one of you would look at any of your, challengers and be like, you are awful because you did not lose 2 pounds this week. If they showed up every single day and did their workout, or they were getting frustrated and they did their nutrition, you'd be like, you are doing awesome. You worked out, you drank your Shakeology, and you followed the nutrition plan, you were drinking your water. Know that the process is going to work. So do the same thing with you and your business. Just focus on, the actions and celebrating what you did accomplish that week. That's it. That's all I have, Brittany, if anybody has any questions.
That was awesome. I just texted Leanne and I said, I think I needed this call more than anyone else in the team, maybe right now.
I put it on airplane mode so that I wouldn't get distracted.
I forgot, but so many good nuggets. And what I love about this is that it's not a training that's technical. It's not go and do. And I told Leanne, I said, I think too often we hear top 10 coaches who, this is what I did. And I started out and I just did this, this, and this, and this. And that's how I got to a top 10. And that's how I got here. And that's how I'm making $1 million. And it's like, okay, but that's not my life. That's not what's going on. And I think Leanne is a good representation of what she seriously does not like it when I do team calls, because she's fine every night. She just sits here and chills out. And then every time I do a call, she's so fidgety.
She's got stuff to say.
Yeah, she wants to probably be on the call, jumping around. but that, you know, you're going to have setbacks. You're going to have those moments, like Leanne said, like you're fired up in the beginning when you start as a coach and you're so excited. And when life is going good and when you can fit this in and it's working for your schedule, and then all of a sudden something happens and maybe the fire kind of leaves. And it's like, okay, how do I get that back? What do I do? Can I get it back? Is this normal? Is it because people don't talk about it? It's like kind of, you know, one of those topics that people do not discuss in Beachbody. Like you don't want to ever say like you're not enjoying it or it's not, you know, fun for you. But it happens. And I'm going through that right now, you guys. Like, honest. I mean, I've been wanting to do a video for you guys on this, like where I'm at and where I'm feeling since last Monday. But my life has been absolute chaos since last Monday. And that's just the way that life is. Like, it just is that way right now. And so one thing that I do want to point out that I love, and Leanne kind of touched on it, is I hope you guys can kind of see the beauty of a success partner. You've heard Leanne say, like, personal development and training and setting big goals is like what she loves about this business. I hate that stuff about the business. Like, I hate sitting and doing a training. I am awful at setting goals and deadlines and things like that for me to do. And if I have 30 minutes, I'm not doing personal development. I'm going to do my power hour. I'm going to answer messages. And Leanne was the complete opposite. If she had 30 minutes, she would listen to a training, but then never implement the training. Or she would take awesome notes and like implement the training that day or make something for that day, but then that was it. It was never taught. So the importance of a success partner, you guys, in this aspect, and this, I wasn't meaning to go off on that, but I think it's so key that we balance each other out. Like when I was like, Leanne, a couple weeks ago, I was like, Leanne, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. She's like, just start here. And so I downloaded the 10-time rule or the 10X rule, and I put that on audio, and I've been listening to that in the car. But I needed her to kind of give me a starting point or where to focus. And so if you don't have a success partner and you want one, kind of write down your strengths of the business and what you struggle with on the business, and maybe we can pair people up that way instead of just going who's going for what goal. I don't think it matters. Like right now, Leanne she is like full focus. She is ready to roll. She's like zoomed in, and I'm like, have a baby pooping on my lap. Like, that's my life right now, you know? So we're in different seasons of life, but we can support each other still. And I need her. Like, I need her for my business, and I need her for my motherhood. So success partners are really key. And then the other thing I love that Leanne said was confidence comes from the action, not results. If you think about your fitness journey, of course you're like, your confidence is a result from like, but there's your baby. But
it's one of my babies.
At the end of it, looking back and going, I did that. I got up every day and I pushed play. I made good choices for my health, or I drink my Shakeology every day. It's confidence in the actions that you took, not the results. The results are just the prize, I guess, after the action, right? And it's the same thing with your business. It's the confidence that you get from saying, you know what, I showed up every day for 30 minutes, for 20 minutes, for an hour, whatever you have. That's where that confidence is built, because you are taking ownership. And I needed that right now, because I'm sitting here going, I have no idea where I'm fitting this business in. Like, I'm struggling trying to fit it in what I need to do. So I'm going to have to move things around a little bit. I'm going to have to probably move my workout. As much as I love doing it right away in the morning, the only uninterrupted time I have is in the morning. So I probably should be doing my business there, not my workout, because I can work out while she's awake, but I won't. Anyways, so, but those action, like committing to those action steps each day, is what is going to help me build my confidence of I am showing up, I am doing this. And then to help you get there is her first point, and I think this is like your first step that you need to do tonight if you feel like you're in a slow season or you're giving yourself an excuse, is to sit there and honestly evaluate where you are at and what excuses you're letting yourself give yourself. I am preaching to myself right now, like I have to, and before we got on this call, like I was thinking exactly that, like I'm giving, yes, I have a new baby, yes, I'm a busy mom of 3, but I don't want to say it's an excuse because it's not. It's just a season of life that I have to figure out how to balance it all. So sure, maybe maybe you're started back to school. Maybe your kids started back to school. Maybe you're starting a new job. Maybe, your husband's going through transition, so your schedule is off. So even though your day-to-day hasn't changed, your husband's has, and that changes things. Or, whatever's going on with kids, there are changes, there are seasons, but how can you be persistent during that season of life? Because it's not going to change for a month, or it's not going to change for 2 months. So, you can let it go for a couple of days or a week, but how do you get back into that? How do you get back focused? Just like your fitness, you're going to have days, you're going to have cheat days, you're going to have days where you skip, or you're going to have, vacations or things come up and you miss a workout, but how do you get back on it? What do you do? And you have to treat your business that same way. And then making your power hour non-negotiable. So I was looking through my notes. Making your power hour non-negotiable, like Leanne said. Like, she wasn't seeing growth in her business even though she was spending 2 or 3 hours a day. But 2 hours of that day was training, another half an hour of reading, and then another half an hour of creating content on her social media. But none was adding to her network or creating relationships and, inviting to challenge groups. And our business is built on those relationships. So no matter how much content you have, so you can take every tip that you learned in Amanda Miller's training last week and apply it. But if you're not answering those messages, if you're not doing those call to actions to invite people and building those relationships in the challenge groups and on your page and in your mailbox, it's going to fall on deaf ears. It's not, your business isn't going to move forward because your business has to be built on relationships and friendships, like Leanne said, like running a free group and being excited about it. My favorite group right now is my free postpartum group. Like, it's just ladies who are pregnant or had just had babies, or maybe they have like 5, 6, 7-month-old babies. But it's people that I'm relating to right now. Like, it's so fun. Like, I love being in there. They're a riot. They're so great. We're building friendships. We're building relationships. And that's what keeps me like going. Like, that's what, because to keep it fun, like Leanne said. So find something that's fun for you too. Like, if you find something for a free group that kind of gets you excited, think about that. So yeah. Any questions for Leanne or specific situations that you're in that kind of pertain to this or anything like that? You can ask in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. You're going crazy. No one? They're always quiet. Always, always, always.
So is my team. They look at me like I've got like 3 heads. Like, okay.
Hey, Britt. This is recording. I was going to say, I'm so sorry. I'm just hopping on, but it's super good stuff, and I know it's exactly what I needed, so I'm super excited to listen to all the stuff I missed. I'm sorry, Leanne.
It's okay, Alyssa.
It's recorded.
Good,
Just
awesome.
don't spend too much time on trainings.
So at church today, so for those of you who don't know, we just kind of endured Hurricane Matthew, but by the grace of God, South Florida did not get hit nearly like it was supposed to. They were talking Category 4, Category 5 hurricane hitting literally, first it was at our house. Oh, I say our, Alyssa lives by me. First like at Palm Beach, and then it moved up 20 minutes north to Stewart, Port St. Lucie, and then it just kept moving up the coast, and I just had like this huge sigh of relief and this weight off my shoulder. But Pastor Todd at church today, instead of doing our normal baptism service, took time to really talk about like how we need to view the storms that come at us. And, they're not always bad. And, God sees us in the storm, and he is calling out to us, and he will meet us. And so I was just thinking, as I'm listening to the sermon, I was thinking like, we want a miracle without the problem is one thing that he said. And that just made me think about, we want Success Club 10. We want 5-star elite. We want 15-star diamond, or we even want just like Success Club 2. We want that. We want the end goal. Like, we want the miracle, but we don't want to put in the work. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone and ask. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone and invite or post on social media or share our story. So we want the results, but we don't want to have to do any of the work necessary to get going there. And I'm so guilty. Like, I want 5-star early. I want 10-star. But at the same time, I don't want to spend 4 hours on my computer, or I don't want to, do X, Y, Z because that takes me away from my family right now. So take a step back and, kind of look at, like, what do you want? And are you willing to put in the work to get there? Are you willing to, spend the half an hour every single day to help you get Success Club 5? If you're not, then you need to reassess your goals. And that's okay, but you have to reassess your goals, because you're not going to get the miracle, Success Club 5, Success Club 10, whatever, if you're not willing to put in the work. And then the last thing that he talked about were 3 things that you could do when you're in a storm. And it was 1, run to God, prayer. So pray, read scripture. And business terms, do personal development, read, listen to the National Wake Up Call, get on the team call, get plugged into the team. Like, I was just thinking, like when people struggle in this business, the first thing that they do, and I'm guilty of it too, is that they disconnect. They don't listen to the National Wake Up Calls. They don't listen to the team calls. They don't listen to trainings and things like that. They remove themselves from the situation, which just makes things worse. And, he equated it to, like, people who are like, oh, I'm going through an addiction, or I'm having a rough time, so they leave the church. And it's like, you don't want to leave the church. The church is where you're going to get healing. The church is where you're going to feel revitalized. But it's the same thing with your business. If you're feeling, disconnected, or you're struggling with your business, don't run away. Run to the team. Run to your upline. Run to your success partner. Message me. I promise I'll get back to you within 24 hours. But run, and then run to the family. So run to the team. So number 1 was run to personal development. Number 2, run to the team. And number 3, like, run to your goal. Like, remind yourself why you're here. Remind yourself what you want from this business. And that's something I'm doing for myself right now to keep me grounded. And Matthew does this for me so well when I start to get down on myself of not hitting my goals in this business, or, I'm nowhere near where I was where I am in the same position I really was last year at this point. And that's, discouraging for me. But at the same time, Matthew's really good at looking at me and going, but what was your goal to begin with? And my goal to begin with was just to create a safe place for community, and to have something for me that was mine, and to cover diapers. And we're back to just wanting to cover diapers again. But, and that's my why. That's, what I need to go back to is, it wasn't to be this 15-star, top 10, top 5 coach. The point in this business was to surround myself with community, have something for me, and to bring in some extra cash. And I'm doing all 3 of those things right now. So, I think that all kind of tied in together with the call, and just, just staying persistent and keeping things basic, like Leanne said, like, keep things basic and to the point, and just be true to yourself and be honest with yourself of where you're at. So, any other questions? No? All right, guys. Well, I will have the recording up tomorrow, maybe tonight, if she goes to sleep. And I can get it squeezed in a little bit. So thank you to Leanne. It was a great call. So, I needed that so bad. So I appreciate your time, and we will see you guys all in a month on our next call. Bye-bye.